guys, it is Kevin here in Japan, coming to you with a very quick video. The kind of video I would normally put on the J-Line Kev channel, but I've decided to put it on the Busan Kevin channel because why not? I think I'm going to start putting most of my videos on this channel regardless. If it's an edited video or a one-shot, one-take type video, I think I'll start to put a lot of them here. So here's a question. I put out a podcast episode last week, episode number 108 of the Just Japan podcast, where I answered some mailbag questions. And one question that I often get from people over the years, I've gotten it many times, and I probably have answered it in video form many times before, but there's always new people finding this channel, watching the videos, so this is for you guys. I was asked a question, someone said, do you need to speak Japanese in order to teach in Japan? In order to teach English in Japan, do you need to speak Japanese? Absolutely not. You don't. Now, there's going to be a lot of people who will say that if you do have a good knowledge of Japanese, it will make it easier for you to communicate with your learners, whether they are your students, whether they're young or old. If they have no English language base and don't speak any English, and you have some, good background in Japanese, it will make it easier for you to teach them. And I completely agree with that. But a lot of schools are going to basically demand that you do not speak Japanese in class. Even if you do speak Japanese, they're going to say English only. And a lot of schools, you may be penalized, you may actually get in trouble if you speak Japanese to students, because they want that hour a week or 2 hours a week or 3 hours a week. Or if you're like working at an international kindergarten or something that hold, all day long, they want the students to be immersed in English as much as possible during that time. And that's what the parents want too, the customers, the clientele. So in many situations, like Eikaiwa, which are language schools, or like maybe international kindergartens, you're going to be told that you are not allowed to use Japanese. So of course, you're only going to be using English. If you're an ALT working in public schools, they're going to say that they want you to only use English in the classrooms. But what you will discover is that it is really beneficial to have some Japanese language skills, because of the fact that in the school that you're working in, it's probably safe to say that the majority of people in the school, staff, workers, support staff, teachers, don't speak English. So, or the administrator. So even if you want to talk to the principal, the vice principal, you want to get things done, you're probably going to have to use at least some Japanese. You might even find that the Japanese English teachers don't speak very much English. It's true. So at the end of the day, the more Japanese you speak in Japan, the better your life is going to be, the easier it's going to be to do things. So, should you learn to speak Japanese? Yes. I'm not the best example of that, to be honest. But do you need to speak Japanese in order to be an English teacher? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The majority of people who come to Japan to teach don't speak any Japanese at all when they arrive, and those who do, the people who do tend to speak Japanese very well may have studied it in university before they came to Japan, but a lot of people, it's just something they've picked up during their time here in country. So there you go. No, you don't need to be able to speak Japanese in order to teach English in Japan. But the more Japanese you know, the easier life will be. And that is true. All right, guys, if you like the video, click that like button. Check out all the links below. Follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, all of that stuff. Go check out my podcast, the Just Japan podcast. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, Internet Radio, SoundCloud, Libsyn, all over the place. All the links are below.